Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am the Glamorous Librarian, and today we are going to be talking about some of February's new book releases. I know February is almost over, but there are still some books that have not come out yet that some may or may not know about. So, hey, why not just go ahead and share it? So, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 new book releases for this month. So, anyway, let's jump right in. So the first book is called Out of Body by Nia Davenport. And this is a young adult book. This is a thriller, this mystery thriller. Now, let me go back. Again, this is just sharing new book releases. So not every book I don't expect everyone to be into, myself included, but I still just want to be able to share everything with you guys as a disclaimer. And I'm getting descriptions of the book from Goodreads. Alrighty, so this is a high stakes, compulsive YA thriller with a body swap twist, thoughtfully exploring themes of friendship and identity, perfect for fans of Tiffany D. Jackson. 17-year-old Megan Allen has been jumping from friend group to friend group in her high school, trying on identities like outfits. Nothing ever seems to fit until she meets LC, the adventurous, charismatic girl who appears at her favorite coffee shop one day like magic. Okay, I'm going to try not to be extra. Finally, Megan feels like she's becoming the person she's meant to be, someone like LC. Hmm. So one night, there was their friend's versary. Oh, that's cute, huh? Which was supposed to be a bonding experience, ends up in a waking nightmare. Suddenly, Megan is no longer herself. Too late, she realizes that Elsie has secrets, dangerous ones. Betrayed by her best friend, thrust into another girl's life, and targeted by Elsie's enemies. She must claim what makes Megan Megan, hmm, to take her life back or die trying. Okay, Q 50 Cent. Anyway, yeah, so this is a hardcover book. It was published on February 6th and it's 272 pages. And we are going in order of the date that it was published. So that is again Out of Body by Nia Davenport. Let me know if you guys read YA or into YA. That is a genre that I have not fully gotten into yet, but I am starting to get into YA. All right, are we ready for the next one? Hopefully, this feels like a story time. All righty. So next we have Girls with Bad Reputations. It seems like this one is a sequel. So this is a part of a series, and this book is by Zio Axelrod. And please forgive any name that I mispronounce and show me some grace because this is my first one. But Zio Axelrod, I actually have a book by her over here. The Girls with Stars in Her Eyes. So I have that one on my ever growing TBR. If you guys want a video about my TBRs, let me know because that can happen. Alrighty, so this book synopsis is as follows. Am I going to read this whole thing? Probably so. All right, so grab a snack. It's going to be a long video. All her life, Kayla heard the same "don't be so loud, don't act so wild, don't take up so much space." Mm-mm. See, baby, because I'm taking up all the space. That was my insert. Now she's beating the heart of an up and coming rock band. And the whole world is going to know her name. Once upon a time, the pressure to be the perfect daughter nearly broke Kayla Whitman. Desperate to find an outlet away from her controlling mother, she picked up a pair of drumsticks, forever altering the rhythm of her life. Since then, she's been determined to make her own way, finding her home with her bandmates, even if she fights to keep her past and her present firmly separate. Things were simple enough when the Lilies were playing local gigs at dive bars, but now they're on their first official tour. And all Kayla can see are warning signs. Desperate to escape the worry churning inside her, Kayla finds solace in quiet tour bus driver Ty Baldwin and discovers in him a kindred spirit like no one she's ever met before. Their connection is immediate and intense. But when increasing scrutiny from the press threatens to destroy Ty's newfound peace and Kayla's carefully guarded secrets, Kayla's forced to make it impossible pursue her dreams and risk destroying everyone around her. Or give in and lose the chance of ever becoming the person she's always known she could be. There. But this is romance, fiction, contemporary romance, music adults. It fits in all of those genres here on Goodreads. It's 448 pages, paperback, and she's thick. And this was published on February the 6th. And let me know in the comments what books interest you, and I will do the same going towards the end of this video. Okay, the next one is what has been going crazy on the internet right now. A Love Song for Ricki Wilde by Tia Williams. All right, and the description is as follows. Leap years are a struggle, enchanted time, and for some, even a single February can be life-changing. Ricki Wilde has many talents, but being a Wilde isn't one of them. As the impulsive, artistic daughter of a powerful Atlanta dynasty, she's the opposite of her famous socialite sisters. Where they're long stemmed roses, she's a dandelion, an adorable bloom that's actually a weed, born to float wherever the wind blows. In her bones, Ricki knows that somewhere a different, more exciting life awaits her. When regal nongenarian Miss Della invites her to rent the bottom floor of her Harlem brownstone, Ricki jumps at the chance for a fresh beginning. She leaves behind her family, wealth, and chaotic romance decisions to realize her dream of opening a flower shop. And just beneath the surface of her new neighborhood, the music, stories, and dazzling drama of the Harlem Renaissance still simmers. Yes, Harlem Renaissance. That's one of my favorite eras. Anyway, you're not talking about me. One evening in February, as the heady, curiously off season scent of night blooming jasmine fills the air, Ricki encounters a handsome, deeply mysterious stranger who knocks her world off balance in the most unexpected way. Set against the backdrop of modern Harlem and Renaissance glamour, A Love Song for Ricki Wilde, a swoon worthy love story of two passionate artists drawn to magic, romance, and opportunity of New York, whose lives are uniquely and irreversibly linked. That sounds sexy, doesn't it? Doesn't it sound like, wow, what's this about? Anyway, this is a romance fiction contemporary novel. Historical fiction, magical realism, contemporary romance are some of the genres. It's 352 pages, so she is thick as well. And this is a hardcover book, and it was published on February the 6th. Wow. Alrighty, so the next one we have is A Side of the River. My Side of the River. Let me make sure this thing is still on. Hold on. Okay, we're still on. Child, I have to make sure because when you're filming from your phone, you can't tell. I don't have all those monitors and all those things up. So we are winging it. We are going with it. Okay. My Side of the River by Elizabeth Carmarillo Gutierrez. All right, here's a synopsis. Born to Mexican immigrants south of the Rotio River in Tucson, Arizona, Elizabeth had the world at her fingertips as she entered her freshman year of high school as the number one student. But suddenly, Elizabeth's own country took away the most important right a child has, a right to have a family. As her parents' visas expired, they were forced to return to Mexico, leaving Elizabeth responsible for her younger brother as well as her education. Determined to break the cycle of being a statistic, she knew that even though her parents couldn't stay, there was no way she could let go of the opportunities the U.S. could provide. Armed with only her passport and sheer teenage determination, Elizabeth became what her school would eventually describe as an unaccompanied homeless youth one of thousands of underage victims affected by family separation due to broken immigration laws. For fans of Educated by Tierra Westover and The Distance Between Us by Renia Grande, My Side of the River explores separation, generational trauma, and a toll of the American dream. It is also, at its core, a love story between a brother and a sister who, no matter the cost, is determined to make the pursuit of his own dreams easier than it was for her. This is a memoir, nonfiction biography, memoir, race and education, 272 pages, and a hardcover. And this was published on February the 13th. Okay, so next we have The Boyfriend Wish. And I'm going to try to pronounce this name. So I'm hoping and praying I'm saying it correctly. Swati Tadurla. I think I did it. I don't know. You guys tell me. Spell it phonetically so I can say it correctly. Deepa's, here's the description. Deepa's a homeless romantic. And even though Deepa's checklist for the perfect boyfriend is a mile long, her mom and dad's fairy tale love story makes her feel like romantic success ought to be a family trait. It's why her grandmother gives her jasmine flowers, with the promise that it will fulfill her heart's greatest desire. And then a new boy moves in across the street. Deepa knows he must be her wish come true. Ranhit checks off every box on Deepa's: timelessly handsome, a thoughtful listener, and a romantic who knows his flowers. Deepa's next door neighbor and constant tormentor, Vic, also surprisingly approves, though she knows it shouldn't be a mark against Ranhit. Is it luck or is it magic? Deepa doesn't want to take chances. So when her grandmother warns her that the wish is only permanent if she seals it with a kiss, she knows she needs to move quickly. Ron Heat is the right boy in every way. So then why does Deepa feel like he might not be the right choice? Romance, young adult, contemporary Indian literature, young adult, contemporary romance, 336 pages. This is a hardcover, and this came out February 13th. Y'all, we are getting the books that are thick, okay? Next one, Frenemy Fix-Up. And this is, again, I'm hoping I'm saying the name correctly, Yahara St. John. All right. Let's read the caption. Free-spirited yoga guru Shay Davis has only 90 days to get her workaholic former classmate Colin Anderson from work all day to namaste. All they need is a little common ground. Accountant Colin Anderson is working himself into an early grave. Yikes. Shay Davis is finally living her dream of owning a yoga studio. Sure, they went to high school together. So there we go. We have the like friends to lovers thing. Okay, anyway, let me just keep going. But that's where their similarities end. He's Mr. Corporate, hustling late into the night so his firm can go public, while she flows through the sun salutations and half moon poses at her own pace. So when a health scare pushes Colin to make a few life changes, he knows where to turn. If he's going to get right with his career, he'll need the right woman. And to get the right woman, he has to prioritize his health. Who better than Shay to help him whip his butt into shape? And he win back his high school girlfriend? Okay, so they dated in high school. So now I'm already thinking about this plot. The catch is she only has 90 days to do it. And they both really, really get on each other's nerves. Soon, though, their sessions are heating up at the studio, but Colin gets closer to achieving his goal. He and Shay both move further away from what they thought they wanted. Before they knew it, they'll have to step out of their comfort zones and rethink their own visions of right before their time is up. Romance Contemporary. This comes out February 20th. Okay, you guys, what are we thinking of these books so far? We have gotten through, wow, I think about 6 of them. So what is the next one? A Tempest of Tea. Blood and Tea number 1. Okay, so this is going to be a series by Hafsa Faisal. Hope I'm saying your names correctly. Alrighty, so let's get to the synopsis. On the streets of White Roaring, Arthur Casimir is a criminal mastermind and collector of secrets. Her prestigious tea room transforms into an illegal bloodhouse by dark, catering to the vampires feared by society. But when her establishment is threatened, Arthur is forced to strike an unlikely deal with an alluring adversary to save it, and she can't do the job alone. Calling upon a band of misfits, Arthur formulates a plan to infiltrate the dark and glittering vampire society known as the Aetherium. But not every member of her crew is on her side. And as the truth behind the heist unfolds, Arthur finds herself in the midst of a conspiracy that will threaten the world as she knows it. Dark, action packed, and swoon worthy. This is Hafsa Faisal's Better Than Ever. Fantasy, young adult, vampires, historical fiction, young adult fantasy, paranormal are some of the genres. This is 352 pages, and this is a hardcover, and this is expected to come out February 20th. All right, so make sure you guys stay tuned to the end for my takes on the books, my hot takes. Hope Ablaze is the next one. Okay. Hope Ablaze by Sarah Mukal Rana. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Yo, I'm gonna need some water. We're gonna have to get some water. Still recording, child. But all this talking. Whew, that was great. Okay. Hope Ablaze. Let's continue. Nita has always been known as Moma Abdul Hasfid's niece, the poet that will fill her uncle's shoes after he was wrongfully incarcerated during the War on Terror. But for Nita, or Nida, her poetry letters are her heart and sharing so much of herself with the world that stereotypes her faith and her hijab is not an option. When Nita is illegally frisked at a Democratic senatorial candidate political rally, she writes a scathing poem about the politician, never expecting the letter to go viral weeks before Election Day. Nida discovers her poem has won first place in a national contest, a contest she never entered, and her quiet life is toppled. But worst of all, Nida loses her ability to write poetry. In the aftermath of her win, Nida struggles to balance the expectations of her mother, her uncle, and her vibrant Muslim community with the person she truly wants to be. With a touch of magic and poetry sprinkled throughout, Sarah Mugharaina's Hope Ablaze is heartbreaking, often funny, and ultimately uplifting, not only celebrating the Islamic faith and Pakistani culture, but simultaneously confronting racism and Islamophobia with unflinching bravery. This is young adult, contemporary poetry, Muslims, realistic fiction, historical fiction. 384 pages, and this is a hardcover, and this is expected to come out February 27th. Next book is called The Partner Plot by Christina Forrest. All right, here we go. Two former high school sweethearts get a second chance in this middle. Hold on now. Let's run that back. Two former high school sweethearts get a second chance in this marriage of convenience romance by Christina Forrest, author of The Neighbor Favor. To Violet Green, fashion is everything. As a successful celebrity stylist, she travels all over the world living out her dreams. Professionally, she's thriving. But her personal life is in shambles. After surviving a very public breakup with her ex fiance 6 months ago, Violet is now determined to focus on her career. But life hands her something, or rather, someone, that might derail everything. Xavier Wright did not expect to run into his high school girlfriend Violet, the girl he once thought he'd marry, on a birthday trip to Vegas. As a high school teacher and basketball coach, he rarely leaves his New Jersey hometown. So, what were the chances? But when the initial shock wears off, they decide to celebrate together. They feel young and reckless as they party the night away, and reckless they clearly were when the following morning they wake up beside each other with rings on their fingers. Their impulsive nuptials might be a blessing in disguise, though, when they realize that both of their careers could benefit from their marriage. So they play the part of a blissfully wedded couple. Yet when their passion comes hurling back, they realize their feelings are just as real as they were back when they were teens. But are their lives too different to stick through it, or will they finally get a happy ending? Romance, contemporary, adult fiction, contemporary romance, chick flick, adult fiction. 416 pages, baby, she's thick. Paperback expected February the 27th. And last but not least, I'm sure this video is forever long. I hope you're enjoying it. Yeah. Next, we have a book called Lore of the Wilds, and this is number one. So this is going to be a part of a series. And I believe the partner plot is no, that might be a standalone. Anyway, I'll get back to that. By Annalise Sabrina. No, Annalise Sabrina. I hope that's how it's pronounced. Alrighty, so this is a stunning romantasy debut about an enchanted library, two handsome fae, and one human who brings them all together. A library with a deadly enchantment, a fae lord who wants in, a human woman willing to risk it all for the sake of power. In a land ruled by ruthless fae, 21-year-old Lore, I'm not going to pronounce that, village is trapped in a forested prison. I think it's like Elmayu. I don't want to say it wrong. Lore knows that any escape attempt is futile. Her scars are a testament to her past failures. But when her village is threatened, Lore makes a desperate deal with the Fey Lord. She will leave her home to catalog and organize an enchanted library that hasn't been touched in over 1,000 years. No Fey may enter the library. But there is a chance a human might be able to breach the cursed doors. She convinces him that she will risk her own life for wealth, but really she's after one thing: the Fae covet, above all, magic of her own. As the Lord navigates the hostile world outside, she's forced to rely on two Fae males to survive. Two very different, very dangerous, very attractive male Faes. While when undeniable chemistry ignites, she's not just in danger of losing her life, but her heart to the very creatures she can never trust. Fantasy romance, young adult, fae, magic adult. 352 pages, hardcover, expected to come out February the 27th. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed those 10 books that I went over and me reading the descriptions to you. So, I believe the partner plot might be a continuation to the neighbor favor because I believe Violet was one of the sisters in the neighbor favor. And so maybe it's not a series, it's probably just still a standalone, but it's somehow a continuation of her love story that started in the neighbor favor. But I don't think you would need to read the first one in order to read this one. I think that's how it's set up. Yeah. So which books interest you out of the 10? Which one are you interested in reading? Have you picked up any of them? The book that I did purchase from the list is Lore of the Wilds. I do plan to buy a love song for Ricki Wilde as well. I am a romance reader. It's my favorite, and that's just what it is. I am trying to step outside of my comfort zone. So I bought Laurel of the Wilds because I'm really interested in trying romantasy and see how that is. I'm really also interested in the Tempest of the Tea as well, because that sounds really good. I mean, all of them sound really good, but those are the ones that stand out the most to me just because, well, I really liked Girls with Bad Reputations too, but I feel like I need to read the first one in the Lily series. Let me see. Yeah, the Lilies. Yeah, this is the second one. So anyway, I'm a romance girly, so anything that involves romance and love and all that jazz, I'm here for it. I'm trying my best to step out of my comfort zone. But anyway, let me know in the comments what are your preferred genres and which books interest you. If you've purchased any of these books, if you've started reading any of these books, let me know. And thank you so much for watching today. I have some other videos you can check out. This is my third one, so just go watch the other two. I'd greatly appreciate it. And make sure you subscribe and like and share this with others who would enjoy book content as well. I try to post every Monday as that's my goal now. I do want to get up to twice a week, but as of now, I post on Mondays. I hope to chat with you guys in the comments, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Happy reading.